Boom, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of the Comeback City Show. I am your co-host, Sky. We also have my boy.
It's Lance.
We got Lance here. We're dialed in. We're getting ready to go. How is everyone doing tonight? Hope we're all having a decent week so far. It's the middle of the week, hump day, Wednesday night. Comeback Kids time, man. You guys know we're here every single week, 8:15 p.m. Eastern time, I guess we could say. Lance, we got a pretty decent-sized episode today, and we got a lot of things to go through, and maybe a little bit of an announcement later. Yeah,
a lot to talk about. I would say pretty big change in announcement.
Yeah, I would say.
Something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. How's everyone doing in chat? Let me get some voices. Let me get some chats. I gotta see who's in here. We got Herc, Once Dead, Nomaganis, a very interesting name, Bernie, Hellrend, what is going on? Valkyrin is back. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are here, you want to get acknowledged, get some love for the Comeback Kids. Let's hear it. Let's see who's here. Hellrend is here as well. Yeah. How you doing? Yeah, we got the shirts out, Valkyrin. We got the Comeback Kids.
I think that's
official
Kiko
shirts
from the the Guardian tank from the other night.
Kiko, awesome,
he got
dude.
his shirt in the other day. He was looking rather spiffy in that Comeback Kid shirt.
That is so cool. Yeah, we'll have to. I think I could pull those up on stream if you guys will allow me. But Ted Atreides, what a cool name, Senju. What's going on, Womp? How we doing, baby? How we doing? If you guys are in the chat, let's get some comments. Let's get people in here. Also, we need your help as creators really quick. If you guys can, if you're logged in game right now, I need you to go to that guild chat and let everyone know we are live. Literally, this is a very important part of the stream. I'm going to ask multiple times. We had a record-breaking stream last stream. We had over 70 people in the chats. I need your guys' help as a creator, as a friend, as a co-GM. Hook it up, guys. Let people know in the guild, hey, the Comeback Kids are live. The podcast is good to go. Get over there. Would really appreciate it. Lance had a pretty decent week this week. You want to tell them a little bit about what happened in our heroic raid night the other night?
Yeah, we did go 3 of 8.
Okay.
3 of 8, and you know what? I'm going to be honest with you.
Rocksteady, thanks for the follow. Ren, what's going on, baby? How we doing? BP, what's going on?
After
Mexican Cowboy, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
After we actually got started, we did start a little bit late. Growing pains, right? First heroic raid.
Absolutely.
But after we got started, we started rolling. We killed the first 2 bosses really rather quickly.
Yeah. We had a one-shot pull on the very first boss, a sub-5 pull on the second boss. Ray, what's going on? How you do? Howdy do you do? By the way, if you're a member in the chat, let's get some howdies in the chat for the howdy. Big ol' howdy do you do if you're a member in the chat. BP, what's going on? Still working, but always listen. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate the love. Jason Castanopoulos. I'll never forget that name. Hope you're enjoying the shirt, man. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, and then the third pull of the raid on a heroic progression night.
Third boss?
Rick Reaver, we were having some trouble. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Here's what I'll say about that boss, right? And Rick Reaver, when you have too many players in that fight, the summoning of the 4th
Rocksteady-ish, what's going on, baby? How we doing? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
The 4th bomb, when you have to deal with 4 of those, I'm going to be honest, this is not me trying anyone.
Yeah.
If you have some players whose DPS is a little bit on the low end, it's hard to make up and kill that 4th bomb.
Yeah, it gets very difficult, as you know, and maybe some of you all don't know if you're viewing the stream. The more people you add to your raid, some of the mechanics go up. Some of the mechanics change, and maybe they add the amount to them, whatever the case may be. So, Hellran with the sub at tier 1. Appreciate the love and support. By the way, if you guys got primes, you want to show some love for absolutely free as well, that's more than welcome. We do have a goal of 10 tonight, and we're at 4 out of 10. So if you guys want to help, more than appreciate the primes. If you guys want.
I actually thought you were going to be playing with us already this season. I'm a little bit upset you're not. I will say this, by the way. I don't think the game has ever been more friendly to guys like us who don't have so much time, buddy. I'm not only keeping up with everyone, I'm pretty much at the top, and I don't get to play the game, so...
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Oh, Mark, what's going on? Babe, I was playing with Mark last night. We were doing a Mythic Plus.
How was it?
He was pumping on Ret Paladin, dude. Blasting. He was at like 2.9 million DPS at one point. Blasting with an arms warrior. It was really cool. Oh, Senju with the Womp, with the Pure Prime. Yo, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate the love. If once again, you guys want to show some love, show some primes out, that would be really cool. One last thing, guys, before we continue. If you can, if you're in guild, if you're in the game, logged in right now, let people know we are live. It would really help get the viewership up of the, chats and stuff like that. It helps push us out, whether it be Twitch or YouTube. And additionally, if you guys want to show some love to the Twitch channel, if you're on YouTube, get a second channel or second tab going. Help us rise in the ranks of that World of Warcraft, category would be really cool. Thank you guys so much. By the way, appreciate the prime. Stuff like that. I'm letting trade chat. That's what I'm talking about. That's so cool. We're running Mythic 661. Yeah, he's pumping. He's
661's pretty nice.
Yeah, so Rick Reaver was giving us a little bit of trouble. But it was a fun boss, man. I will say it was fun to progress on. The proper positioning of everybody is really cool to coordinate, I guess, as a, shot caller / raid leader. That was really fun for me. It's also a fun DPS fight. Like, there's some points where you're like, hey, should I save my burst for the ads when they come out, or should I try to risk it, pump some extra boss damage, see if we can get him down before we get a third phase, or even, if you're a big pumper, second phase, right? Man, a lot of fun. Broform, what's going on, baby? Gotta get our portals to the dungeons, yeah. Yes, sir. Both indeed. Yo, Max, appreciate it. By the way, Max, I know you're already doing it, but if you can, send those guild messages out, let everyone know what's going on. So, Lance, overall, what do you think so far of the raid? Before we continue into some of the main segments really quick, and then we get into some news and stuff. A lot of really good news this week, guys, about the War Within so far.
So, the raid, and I will say this, a lot of people, you have to keep in mind, we're playing with pretty much a brand new group. Like, our Season 1 group, a lot of them did not even come back, right? So, this new Season 2 group, it was our first time in a heroic raid with them this last week. I know a lot of people, they start, you have to do progression, right? You actually have to pull this boss more than 3 times to get a kill. And some people start to
get frustrated.
I don't know if it's because they're coming from Classic and everything's kind of just like
trivial.
You roll it right over.
Yeah.
But some of these bosses take a little time, right?
Progression.
It takes, people have to learn. And Max from Liquid said something pretty interesting. And he said, usually when you're in a progression fight, you kill the boss when the least aware person figures it out.
So listen to that again, ladies and gentlemen. One more time for them, Lance, folks back at home.
Well, Max said that typically when you're progressing a new boss, that's a little bit on the harder side for maybe the players in your group, you're going to kill that boss finally for the first time when the least aware person finally figures it out. And
when the least aware person finally figures it out. I know there were a couple points at that raid where we were progressing. We were maybe on pull 16, 17, 18, pushing to that 20th pull, where even the guys that are usually a tad bit slower on getting things going, they were getting like, yo, guys, how are we not getting this by now? Perfect example, my buddy Womp. He's not the biggest parser of, like, by all means, but one thing he knows is mechanics, right? I trust him when it comes to mechanics and even shot calling some things where I can't handle it. Very, very helpful. And even he was like, yo, listen, guys, I'm not sure what the problem is. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So, like, it's very interesting when you're trying to get that learning curve going for a lot of different players out there. And, sometimes people take extra hand-holding, extra call-outs. And there's some fights where you can't just brute force. And like you said, it takes until the least aware person finally figures out the fight.
Yeah, I also want to say this. I think a lot of people, if you're worried about a parse on a progression fight, and you're worried about your damage when we're progging, you got the wrong mentality. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean do shit damage, but you don't need to stay, like, if we need the ads cleared, kill the fucking
Get the ads down, yeah.
Like, let's kill the ads.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, yeah, lose a little bit. You got to get these ads down. If you got to move to go get them, your melee, whatever it is, you got to get the ads down.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And heroic, I can already feel it. Maybe some of the fights are long, but it's going to come down to, can your group perform the mechanics?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, heroic rating is fun, though. Once again, it's not all about DPS all the time. It comes down to focusing on what you need to focus on at the right time. sometimes, like, our damage may not be the best, but sometimes I see people not focusing ads when we need to. And that, even if it's 300-400k DPS, it'll wipe the group, because even though their damage is low, that little bit of damage helps in getting that ad down in time. So yeah, I would say for heroic rating and progression, mostly, for the most part, it comes down to following the mechanics properly. So very interesting. Moving on now, we do have a couple things we have to dive into and break down, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, we do have 11.1.5 coming out pretty soon, Lance. I know you wanted to talk maybe a little bit about the Flames Radiance Renown rewards that are coming out pretty soon. Let me see if I could pull it up on screen for everyone to see.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I also want to talk about that. I guess they kind of leaked that 11.1.5 might be coming out on April 22nd.
Shoot, imagine. Oh, Hellram with 100 bits. Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate
awesome.
the love. Thank you so much, Hellrand. Absolutely insane. Thank you, buddy.
But yeah, so apparently this is supposed to be coming April 22nd, which is in line. It keeps us in that 8-week cadence that they've been having the whole expansion so far.
Very fast.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. It seems like there's always something right around the corner.
Oh, yeah. And that's good.
By the way, these 0.5 patches have been meaty all expansion. Like the last 0.5
anniversary.
And the anniversary patch, that was awesome.
Don't forget, in the anniversary, there was a raid at a heroic level that you could have progressed through if you wanted to. You have
the gear sucked,
events,
but yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, the events were very buggy and kind of blech at first, but they tuned it up and they fixed it, right? So yeah, the 0.5 patch and the cadence of just content coming out is very fast.
Yeah.
And it's very large and big and impactful, and it's fun to go through. So you are absolutely right. So yeah, Lance wanted to dive into some of the, some of the rewards coming for 11.1.5, which is honestly in just a few weeks from now. A lot of interesting stuff. So there was obviously.
Well, this is going to come from the new Flames Radiance Renown track we're going to get, which is basically from the new Nightfall event.
Okay.
If you guys don't know, there's already some pretty good videos on it. We're going to make one for sure covering it. But Nightfall is going to be an event where you travel through Hallowfall as well as... man, what's the zone? The final zone where the last raid was.
Oh, Jesus.
A
new, oh my God.
Wow, my brain, I can't think
Wait
of
a second.
Right,
ladies and gentlemen, what's the final zone?
Ashkahet. There you go.
I was going to say a new Barak. I'm like, wait a second, that's a boss.
Yeah, so in Hallowfall and Ashkahet,
God.
They're going to be, no, not Undermine. We're talking about the Ashkahet. So, in both those zones, there's going to be events that you're going to go. You're going to snuff out the remaining forces of the Nerubians.
Uzi, what's going on? Good looking. How we doing?
And then basically there's just going to be a little event. You fill the bar just like most WoW events these days. You fill the bar, you get these little caches and rewards. You get the Renown. And this is the new Renown track. These are the rewards for that.
Yeah. So you want to talk a little bit about this tabard and what's going on with this?
Yeah, so this is going to be a tabard that's actually going to level up with you as you level this new Renown going up.
The tabard's going to progress with you?
Yeah, as you progress this Renown, it's gonna actually progress with you. So it's going to start at, I think this is the second iteration of it.
This looks like the second
tier. This will be the second tier, and then I think there's a third tier. There's a final tier, which is the fully upgraded one.
Wow, look at that. That's insane.
Yeah. For me personally, this right here, all of the transmog options they have there, this white is going to look sick.
Thanks for the YouTube on there as well. Appreciate it, bud. Wow, look at that. Insane.
But yeah, this tabard's going to be cool, but all of the white transmog for the Arathi gear is going to look really good, but you're going to be able to get the purple version of this set too. And I don't know if it shows it here, but
yeah, we'll have to see. There's pet rewards. Oh, cool little backpack too. Wow, look at that. Oh,
Perk, you'd be able to raid with us. Max literally just started playing like 2 weeks ago, and he's literally less than 2 weeks ago, I think. And he's been raiding, but he's the main tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that backpack is insane, by the way.
I would give you money if you need it, buddy. Yes. Wow, there's some actual rewards that are, I guess, decent to start off. Obviously, it's not going to be at 610, By reaching renown, you unlock the necklace, which is available at Champion Track. And it also has an on-use. While in Kazalgar, dealing damage has a high chance of burning the enemy with Righteous Fire, dealing 2 radiant damage. Obviously, it's not going to be 2, but that's pretty cool. It's a little effect attached to a necklace, so similar to like Cersei's ring, but it's not.
But this is just for the open world.
Exactly, so it's just for the open world. Very cool, very cool. They actually, they're bringing schematics for the dirigible mount. That's very
not the
interesting.
one we have now, the last season one.
Yeah, I wonder if they have some screenshots. I don't know if they will, but yeah, I didn't think so. Wow, very cool. You don't need gear while leveling if you just quest art. Yeah, honestly, Herc, dude, this shit's gonna be so free. It's gonna be so easy to level up with. I don't know when the last time you played retail was, but with delves and everything, man, retail is super easy to get into. But wow, okay, some cool stuff here, Lance.
They're not showing any of the mounts that you could get for any of these events, but
I mean, the only thing I see was this first one right here. That was one mount.
Yeah, I want that.
That wasn't all. Yeah, no, that's insane. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think about some of these rewards for the 11.1.5 patch coming soon? Elren, the #1 bit donator. Awesome, insane. I would pick Heroic Progression Week to be on vacay at the beach.
Yikes.
That's pretty funny. He's the main tank. I'm Kiko. Go get me. Oh, no, dude. That is crazy. Yo, listen. There's going to be some fights where, you know, the dynamic, it's up to the tanks on what you guys think you should be better at, but that's going to be funny. That is good. Yeah, and there was a little article talking a little bit more about the tabard growing with rep, and I wanted to check that out. So as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 3 tabard, I guess, levels. So the tabard, as Lance was saying, progresses with you in appearance as you progress through the renown track. Absolutely insane. I love stuff like this.
Yeah.
I love more cosmetic reputation and rewards that obviously don't change power, but that change some stuff about the game and add more stuff if you dive into doing that.
I also like them coming out in a 0.5 patch, where it is just because a lot of people are going to take breaks, right? So if you want to stay and grind out these optional things to get different transmogs and things like that, I think it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I think exactly what a 0.5 patch should be.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely really cool. Love that sort of thing. Hellrend, another 100 bits. I'll be back next week on Hell's Rocker to heal. Oh, that'll be nice, dude. I'm ready. Yo, you on your shaman is nothing to mess around with, Hells. I'll tell you what. Yo, thank you so much for the 100 bits. 200 biddies.
Guys, can we get some
absolutely insane. Let's get some
in the chat.
Yeah,
we
need huge.
We gotta show some love. This
in
is
the
crazy.
chat. If you guys are in the chat, we need huge. Give me some huges in the chat. Let's go. I need some insane.
Yeah, we need some love in the chat. That's 200 bits.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the love.
That's
absolutely
sick,
insane.
Man.
Additionally, I did want to dive into, just for a second, the trading post. Now, obviously, I'm not breaking down the whole trading post. I actually wanted to talk a little bit of Lance about this because he was saying that it was a save month. I was like, I'm not really sure, you know? I'm not really sure if it's going to be a save month. You never know. You might get 1 or 2 things. I haven't bought a single thing from the trading post this week.
Yeah, I mean, well, I said it was a save month, but I have so much Trader's Tender that I did buy.
Oh, daddy.
I did buy that purple charger.
Okay.
And then I bought the daggers and the offhand.
Okay. So you spent a decent, you spent about 1,000.
Yeah, I spent about 1,000.
Save month my ass for you. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I had 4,500. I'm gonna have another 1,000 coming in. It's all right.
I was thinking about buying one of these helmets.
No, that's the end of month reward.
Oh, is that what that is? Oh, that's great. I don't have to spend a thing then. Okay, awesome. Maybe I'd buy the mount. I don't know. I
definitely buying those garden gnome things.
I think those are pretty
50
mandatory. Yeah, this you have to buy. That's mandatory. I pass on those every time.
I did get the blue mask.
This is all kind of cool.
Yeah, I got the blue one.
They keep getting me on the mounts. I need. The mount is cool, though. I will say, I think the mount is cool. Other than that...
Yeah, it's pretty garbage, the rest.
Easter, you know, I mean, what are they going to do?
Those are cool, though. The offhands are cool.
Yeah, sure.
No, I got it.
Not really much going on there,
I bought it.
Guys, did you guys get anything from the trading post? Did you guys spend your tender, or did you save it? Let me know about it. I gotta know. I gotta know, man. I gotta absolutely know. Oh, Herc with the 20 9-month membership. Insane. Breaking news, for the first time in years, I will try retail for my friends and hopefully they will love me and invite me to play games once again.
Herc, I literally, by the way, you've signed up for raids. Last season, before the end of the season, you were I actually thought you were coming to a raid. I was like, I told everyone too. I was like, yo, Herc is coming to raid tonight.
That's crazy.
And then you didn't fucking come. You made me look like an idiot. I told people that don't even know you. Yeah, my friend Herc is coming to raid tonight.
Yo, Herc, I have a couple good videos recently that popped off that you would really like. I have one that's literally meant for solo gearing. So if you want, definitely check that video out. It had like 80 or 70 or 60K views. I don't even know. One of those. But yeah, on my personal opinion, I think it's a save month. And, you know, we'll have to live with it.
Max,
Oh, go for it.
real quick, Max, can you reach out to... I know Max knows Herc very well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they know Herc. He knows Herc. Max, please help Herc out, bro.
We're best friends, you know?
Max, for the love of God. Jesus, get the guy back into the game.
This is something that's pretty interesting. A little bit of an update on Warcraft logs, Lance.
Yeah.
They actually just released an in-game tooltip add-on displaying player parses and progression in raid. Now, beforehand, it would just say 3 out of 8 heroic, 1 out of 8 mythic. Now, you go to it now, Lance.
Oh, good.
If you download this, it literally dives into not only your clears, but the rank and the parse exactly. Now, my question for you is this. Do you think this is good or bad for the game, and why? Ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section below or even in the live chat right now. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Depends who you are. If you're the person that has to go and try to find a pug, it's very bad. If you're the guy making your group,
oh, it's so good.
Sure, it's good because you could just get the best. But that is that's horrible.
Look, you could. Okay, they did also.
HUGEEEE, you think nothing changes until the guy who could have got into a group because he was 8 out of 8 heroic and freaking, and you know, all of that, he could get into the group. Now he's not gonna be able to because his 30% parse.
I will say they also allow you to completely hide it on your account optionally. So no matter what, even with the add-on, you could.
Yeah, but everyone knows if you're hiding it, just means you're ass.
Your ass, yeah.
Everyone knows that.
It's bad. Fuels the elitist mentality that already kills the game. I could agree.
Yeah, no, there's...
Insane.
I just don't see how it could ever be a positive. It's like gear score back in Wrath, but on crack. Like, it's just...
Tough. It's a tough one. So let me see if I can dive into a little bit more. It says here that Archon Warcraft / Warcraft logs tooltip has come out for early access, adding raid parses and progression metrics to in-game player tooltips for not only the War Within though, but for Cataclysm Classic. Even Classic, they're adding this. Why are we releasing this add-on? This has been a long time, highly requested feature by the community, and it's been repeatedly attempted to be created through scraping our site and abusing our API. This is not a feasible way to keep up to date, and it's expensive for us to prevent, yada, yada, yada. So we're trying to provide this data ourselves rather than someone scraping it and doing it.
Now, we're also going to sell it to you.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Static Badgers, thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate the love. Unsurprisingly, it says the announcement has been met with very tepid response from a community familiar with the potential for abuse. As of all these stats can very easily be found in Warcraft logs directly, there's nothing really new being added here technically, but the increased accessibility of that information is a much bigger concern. And I do agree. I definitely do agree. Listen, as a guy who pugs most of the time for Mythic Plus, of course I want the best people possible, obviously, but this is a different level. This is not only showing how many times you kill a boss, showing your parse is insane. That's insane. Don't get me wrong. Like, there have been times where I've looked up parses sometimes because I just got done with a horrible group and I got my butt whooped and we bricked like something super trivial. I'm not going to say a number, but this is insane. Yo, 0 cents. What's going on, baby? Yeah, it's our feral pumper, right? Bro, Drew
Yeah.
Pumper from the raid. Yeah. I think we got his 4-set in the raid last week. That was really cool. But yeah, tough, man. It's a tough one. It's going to be very interesting to see who actually updates and gets all this going. I'm going to be honest. Can I be honest without people getting upset? I think I'm going to add it. Why not? Not in a toxic way, just a curiosity way.
No.
I don't think it's good for the game.
No, bro. No. There's no world. No.
You can opt to sit out, though,
I don't
Lance.
care.
Lance, sit out.
Bro, this is coming from someone who doesn't have time to play, by the way. And if I'm gonna really be smart with my time, I should do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to think about overall health of the game.
If I had a
Yeah.
choice, I think it's horrible for the game. I don't
Yes,
see
it's
I don't
not-
see it's good at all.
It can't. You can't do that.
I'm a tank and I don't need your parse. I just need to stay alive and keep aggro. That's pretty funny. I know, right? Us healers don't know what parses are. Yeah. Very interesting. It's I don't know. Obviously, it doesn't really apply to tanks or healers much. You want to go through some of the comments really quick?
Yeah.
Don't make an article on this, Wowhead. This add-on is going to encourage the
Yeah.
most toxic, degenerate behavior ever for group making. Need to bury this and never mention it again. Boosted players are going to get, yeah, whatever. If you're getting invited to raid, good news. Now you can stop trying. Oh, shit. I guess even less people will bother with mechanics now then. Oh, buddy. On that note, we need a long channel disc, so logs each week go there. Shit.
You know, we had one.
Yeah, I think last season we did, yeah. By the way, I just started live logging for the raid. So, you know how like half the time our logs don't go in? Yeah, now they are. But for a personal thing. It actually wasn't for everyone, but I'm doing it for, I guess, the guild. Well, another way to get rejected. Great. Should be opt-in, not opt-out. Wow.
Yeah, but then
I love that.
But it still doesn't matter because if you don't opt in, they're just going to know you're garbage.
Well, that's the thing. 99% of the time, it'd be just the elitist opting in. Like, it'd be only the people who pay attention to
Right, so then
Wowhead.
you know you're good if you opt in. All the better.
Unless you're actually a shitter.
Then you wouldn't opt in.
This add-on is just going to make the pugging community much more intolerable and toxic. Yeah, so interesting stuff here. I
will say this. You should try not to pug as much as possible anyway.
No, I agree. Absolutely. Like, that's why I very rarely only go solo Mythic Plus, like, maybe a couple times a week. Other times, like, I go with my boys, whether it be Max, whether it be Bro, whether it be Koozie, whether it be, you know, Trojan, whether it be, you know, Tuck, whoever I'm running with. I do my best to avoid solo play. I can't do it. I can't. I cry every time. I'm suffering. I can't do it. Pugging is rough. In a big guild, we really shouldn't have to pug a lot. No, by the way, you really don't. Every single night in the guild, there's Mythic Plus teams going. Every single night.
Since season 2 has come out, I've seen like 50 people on every single night in the guild.
Absolutely. That's a good thing. Yo, Lons, what's up? Good looking. How we doing? Yeah, very interesting though. But just something to discuss, get your thoughts about from the community. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you all think about it in the comment section below. Very interested to hear your guys' thoughts. Another thing, Lance, if you want to dive into, was this interesting little post on Wowhead about new Legion potential quest log asset added. 0.5 patch. What's this about, Lance? You want to dive into this a little
I
bit?
didn't even see this.
Oh, Lance, you bitch.
I was wondering why this week there was just a ton of, on the forums, it was just one Legion remix post after the next.
Lance, you bitch.
Okay.
Max, tell him. Tell him, Max. Womp said, this add-on could be helpful if the community at large wasn't based on the elitist level of ego. Yeah, absolutely. It could be helpful, sure. A new Legion quest log asset has been added in the latest patch 11.1.5 PTR build. On the retail WoW 2025 timeline, some players have noticed an odd fell green coloring towards the end of the year. One of the leading theories is that it will be Legion Remix coming back, and it will take place after the success of Mop Remix, which was last year. Of course, we've all been anticipating Legion Remix, and we've all been really hoping that it's going to come back, and we have been getting a lot of teases for it. Holly Longdale, for an example, in an interview not too long ago.
Gaming, bro.
Yeah, dude, she's awesome. And players have been asking us, Mr. Pandaria is one of my favorite expansion. We've been going back there in Modern and Classic, but Legion is my favorite expansion. We're going to be going back there and experiencing it in a new way. So we listen, and that's sort of the new mode and the new call for us to listen to our players and take them back and experience the content that may have experienced in the past, but in a new way, in a bit of a fresh look.
So, if you just straight up...
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a guarantee we're getting
Now,
Legion.
this was a while ago, though. This was a while ago, so it's not like brand spanking new news.
No, I know, but if she said that... I didn't know she said that.
Yeah,
she said that.
No, this is a quote from an interview
Legion
not too
Remix
long
is
ago.
100% coming. That's a guarantee, because when we interviewed Ian, he kind of hinted at it, but he didn't blow the door open like that.
Yeah, I could agree.
Okay, great. So...
I could agree.
Yeah, because everyone on the forums, there was a fight going on this week on if it was TBC Remix or if it was Legion.
TBC Remix?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much there is to farm in I guess there's a lot of raids though.
I mean,
dungeons.
TBC is amazing in itself, but they're gonna go into TBC in 6 months from now anyway.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, it wouldn't be smart.
Why would they do that? That makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Elitist are wanks anyways. I love Koozie, bro. He's so funny, bro.
Okay.
But yeah, so this little asset right here, this is for a quest log.
Yeah,
this is for the top of the quest log. Very interesting stuff. I forgot what the Mop one looked like. I would love to show it for a reference. But Mop Remix was an awesome time. A lot of opportunities at different cosmetics, experiencing Mop again. It was very fun.
I
Right at Timeless Isle,
I completed
dungeons.
every single quest during Mop Remix.
I think you did too.
In every zone.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Mop Remix was a lot of fun. There was a lot of long late nights of me being on Mop Remix, just farming mobs with a couple buddies of mine, Tello and Izzy. It was very fun to just hang out, goof off.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool. So I think Legion this time around, it could be even more interesting because...
It's the better expansion.
Yeah, I think so too. But they have a lot of different stuff in Legion. They have the artifact halls, or the class order halls. They have artifact weapons. Are they going to be in the game? Are they going to be doing that? And just having us just supercharge the dog piss out of them.
There's also Suramar.
Yeah.
The Broken Shore.
What about Mage Tower?
Mage Tower, that's on the Broken Shore. But
is that what that is?
You also have all of Argus, so that's another 3 whole zones.
Wow.
Plus the 4 starting zones. Plus all of the raids. First off, some of the best dungeons ever came from Legion.
Love Legion.
All the class hall quests. The Mount quest.
When is Legion Remix? It's estimated to be later this year, in the next 4 to 8 months from now.
Maybe you pull up the 2025 roadmap. We could do some speculation since we're talking about it. It's my favorite thing to do, guys. Hey, nothing like a roadmap speculation, guys, huh? Ooh.
Speculation stream.
Hey. Live.
Hey, Jesus.
I was just gonna pull up this roadmap real quick, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's a lot going on this year, and we're about to look at it now, right? But okay, so Skyy, why don't you show everyone where we're at?
Okay, so at the current moment, we obviously just went through the Siren Isle, Cersei Singlet, that whole fun stuff, little story there. This was Plunderstorm. The Undermined officially being launched, which is about where we're at, but we're probably around here-ish. 11.1.5 launches in roughly 2.5, 3-ish, 4-ish weeks, something like that. So then we will be here this month. Now, can I scroll from here? I think I can. Now, going a little bit further, you can see down the line, after the 0.2 patch, we start to see this sort of hint toward the, end of the roadmap, and it's like green fell paint. Not only that, it's looking like they're also going to announce big time and reveal and let everyone use housing near the end of the expansion in the pre-patch. Very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it'd be a little sooner.
Oh, you thought housing was coming sooner?
No, I thought Legion Remix was coming sooner.
No, they're gonna put it after all of the War Within stuff is done and there's nothing else.
I personally think it's going to be right here. A couple weeks after the 0.5 of the final patch, it's going to be here. And then the 0.7, of course, a little couple things, story quest, stuff like that. And then you're going to get the pre-patch for the next expansion. And then Legion's going to wrap up about a month later. And then you get the expansion drop. Okay. That's my thought process.
Okay, yeah. Could be. I will say that expansion reveal, end of summer, probably going to be in August at Gamescom.
Okay.
That's when that's coming.
Mage Tower Druid forms? Yeah, obviously this is all major speculation, but there's, you know, we're just going through the content that was there as well. And a lot of interesting stuff. A lot of interesting stuff to go through.
11.2, it says we're going to get a new dungeon again? We're going to get another new dungeon?
It might be a mega dungeon. We didn't get one.
Maybe it could be because they're going to start giving us new dungeons every patch instead.
Warband, more Warband updates?
Wow.
Season rewards refresh? What is that, Lance?
Just the way that they do things like Delve rewards, Mythic Plus rewards.
New zone, new world events, new dungeon, new raid. That's obvious. New open world challenges.
Okay.
I wonder what that can mean. Also, what race and server are we playing on? By the way, server and race doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what faction either. But technically, if you want to be on my server, on my faction, Wormrust Accord Horde.
Yep.
So
what he said.
Wormrust Accord Horde. But it doesn't matter. Cross faction, cross server, cross everything. It's awesome. We have like 800, 900 people in the guild right now, or 700.
It's a lot less than that.
Oh, did we make cuts?
A lot of people who haven't logged in.
Looks like we trimmed the fat.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't logged in a while.
Yo, can I get some ones in the chat for trimming the fat? Ones in the chat for trimming the fat. Let me get some ones. Anyways, really quick, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you guys a quick announcement on something really important for the channel. If you guys want to show some love, show some support for your guild, I guess, GMs, as well as channel creators. Guys, check out the message. Okay, the wait is over, ladies and gentlemen. The first official merch drop from the Comeback Kids is here. We've got two classics, our clean and bold Comeback Kids logos, but we also got the real deal. Our very first limited edition exclusive one-time drop, the Retro Goblin Comeback Kids design. And once this shirt is gone, it's gone for good. Don't wait too long because we don't want you missing out. Hit the link in the description below to head on over to the site and grab your merch to rep the Comeback Kids in style today. Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, yes, that is the message. We just officially dropped our very first major merch shop. We've done this a couple times in the past, but this is the latest one. Limited edition merch, by the way, that we're hand making here in the studio.
Hand printing.
Ourselves. And as you can see, if we go full screen really quick, oh Jesus, hold on. You guys can actually see it right here. Very high quality. We've made, I think, what is it, like 21, 22 sales?
No, I think of this shirt alone, it was like 21 or 22, and then we also sold the card design. The logo design is not sold yet.
Yeah, but this one, this is our hottest one by far.
Yeah,
the hottest one by far.
Oh,
Goblin shirt.
We're almost halfway sold out of this.
Yeah, and I think we only have a couple larges left. By the way, that was my bad call. We should have ordered more. Listen, I don't know why I thought ordering more smalls was the smarter move than more larges. I'm an idiot.
But so when we were making the orders for how much of each size shirt to order, we're like, okay, well, our fan base are probably like some skinny nerds like us.
Yeah, no.
So we ordered more smalls and mediums.
I'm an idiot.
Yo, but the large and extra large are the ones selling out.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yo, if you guys want, definitely check it out. Limited edition merch that is inspired by the Undermine concept with the goblins in the city, the merch, Comeback Kids official. Guys, if you want, definitely go check it out. I promise you will not be disappointed. It's selling out very soon. And we got some more coming. I don't want to speak too early, obviously, but we got more ideas coming. Hope you guys are definitely doing good on that. Let's go back to the PC share. Next is hats and hoodies. That would be interesting. I wonder if that's possible.
Hoodies for sure.
No, hoodies, obviously. I'm talking about hats. You know how many hats I would wear? I wear a hat every day of my life.
Yeah, I don't know if that could print on hats, but we can get something to make hats with.
How can I get an extra large? You know what's funny is we have an extra large. You know, we've had like 4 or 5 people ask for extra large. We fucked up.
Yeah, it is Undermine Concept merch. That's exactly what it is.
Chill Bear, it is.
But we're not legally allowed to put that on the shirt description anywhere, but that's what it is.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if I'm legally allowed to say that, but don't tell Blizzard.
But we're here, and we're doing it all in good faith. By the way, we literally make the shirts in-house. Next time we get a batch order, maybe we'll wait a couple days, and then we'll do it live on stream just to show you guys. It's a lot of fun. It's so much fun making that for you guys.
It's fine. Let's make the people who order them wait a bunch of days for us to make a batch of orders.
Yeah, you fucking make them
wait. Ship them out like after a week, right?
Yeah. No.
A week later.
I'm thinking like a couple months.
No, like,
we're pieces of shit. Big piece of shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, we're not piece of shit.
Oh.
Not doing this.
I thought we...
Liz Bliss says, Hubs is bald, he needs the hats. Yo, listen, I'm not bald or anything, but I'm just sometimes too lazy to do my hair. I gotta go get a haircut. I look crazy. But yeah, we gotta do hats, dude. I feel like people would love hats. I think we can do a couple hats.
You know what we should do?
Hats, you know?
On the website, if someone wants to get like a... Maybe if they want like a double XL, they could order the XL, put notes that they want the double XL, and it's gonna make the shirt take more time to process. But if you need special order size, order the XL.
We just have to order. Just order it sometime tonight. I'll do them later. We got it. That's literally like 5 or 6 people that have asked for double XL.
Well, yeah, but that's not just double XL, because there's some people that need triple.
Yeah, but I think we should special order that. That's special order.
Okay, so we're gonna order some double XLs and put them on the website shortly. If you need more, if you need more than double XL,
yeah. If you take pre-orders for shirts, you can gauge the sizes. Yeah, that's really smart.
I'll be honest with you, we should have done that.
Yeah, but
Victor, what ended up happening is
extra large hats.
The website, like we already had all of the stuff, and then we made the You know, on the next merch drop for the next patch, when we do our next concept shirt, we'll probably do pre-orders for it instead of...
No. We can't do pre-orders. It has to be a one sale drop. The next one is going to be like...
Yeah, but we could do... I mean, we can't sell more than the amount of prints that we buy, but we could do pre-orders of the size.
Oh my God, Lance, you're making me stressed out.
All right, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You know I don't do well with
But Victor, you're all right,
man.
That's definitely what we should do.
Stressing me. I don't do that.
Which actually leads to the plan. I might as well say it. We are gonna plan on each patch doing a concept shirt.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool.
Listen, guys, we have so much stuff coming. It's gonna be epic. So, I will say this is the only time we're ever gonna be giving out these shirts for sale. Obviously, we're almost halfway through them all in I think about a week. It's a week and a half. So, I don't know how much longer.
Yeah. As soon as we run out of the prints to print on these shirts,
Dunzo.
We're not going to print any more of these because I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, Dunzo.
We kind of want to just have value.
Well, that's the point of it. 10 out of 10 merch. Don't wait. Insane. Love it. Your wife is allowed, Val? Shit. Oh, no. Herc, why did you do that?
Buff Shamans!
Herc, why didn't you just buy a shirt?
You son of a bitch. Herc with the $20 Yo, don't do that, bro. I don't need you to donate for me to talk to you.
Herc, you could have just bought a shirt for that price.
Why didn't you just buy a new shirt?
And then you could have got something out of it, dude.
Refund it.
Yeah, refund that.
Can I refund
buy a shirt?
Well, yeah, I think
That was an insane... Buff Shamans.
Yo, we were at the, what was it, SmackDown or Raw?
That was Raw.
We were at the WWE Monday Night Raw event. I was having such a good time. I was so happy because, at the time, Shamans were horrible. They were actually dead last on the log. And I was so happy in the moment. And the Wyatts were coming out and everyone's quiet as shit. I got pizza in my mouth. What a great night. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was insane.
That was a lot of fun. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, check out the merch, man. I hope you guys like it. Limited edition stuff going fast. Hope you... All right.
Am I packed? Buff Shamans!
Park, why are you doing
Buff Shamans!
Why are you doing this, bro?
didn't you just buy a shirt, man? No, I really want you to.
Now you could have literally, you just paid the money for the limited edition shirt already at this point.
Why didn't you just get the Goblin shirt? That would make me feel better, bro.
Perk.
I don't want free donos.
Right,
That's why we got the merch.
Send me your address in Discord, man. I'm sending you a fucking Goblin
bitch.
shirt.
Yeah, but YouTube freaking takes like a 40% cut. That's the problem. They get literally more value.
Hey,
Piece of shit.
it is what it is. I'm sending him it.
You piece of... You ever seen Herc with his family? What a guy.
Yeah, I've seen
What a
pictures of him
guy,
and his
bro.
family.
What a guy. This is funny. That's insane. Maybe that's a new shirt. Just buff shamans with a piece of slice. Imagine.
That's insane.
But yeah, so super interesting stuff here, man. I mean, fuck, dude. Just when you think WoW's gonna feel slow, literally in 2 weeks. Oh my God, Plat. Yo, what's going on? Good looking. Literally in a few weeks, we get the 0.5.
Bro, it's every 8 weeks. There's more shit.
So we get, this is about to be this. And then a few weeks, I would say maybe a month-ish after that.
No, it's gonna be
3
another
weeks.
8 weeks after.
For the 0.7, you think?
Every 8 weeks, there's another patch. It's been like that the whole time. Every 8 weeks.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So then it's 8 weeks after that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. No, that doesn't make any sense.
You want to do the math?
So it's 0. So 0. This just launched.
0.1.
8, 16, 24 weeks.
Which
So
equals
it's 4,
just
8,
about
12,
6
16, 20, 24. That's 6 months. That doesn't
which equals
mathematically
just
make
about
it.
6 months, okay? And
For
they want
each major?
and they want to do an 18-month expansion.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes.
Oh, I
It
didn't
used to
know
be
that.
24 months.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I guess Lance is
So
big.
go ahead and
I saw we.
go do the math again.
I saw we, Lance. 8, 16, 24. I saw we. I should have never doubted you.
Now half the year is 6 months would be 26 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop being mad, bro.
I'm not.
I'm sorry, bro.
I just don't like when you're.
No, you're still upset about the shirt
because
thing.
you looked at me like I'm wrong.
I know I
but
didn't.
I literally have theory crafted this out, bro,
Right, bro,
in my
whatever.
bed at night.
This guy's fucking at work theory crafting.
I thought it.
You should be
True.
working though. Like
At 3 in the morning?
Yeah, get to work, Dad. Son.
Mm-mm.
Insane. Hunter Tank coming soon. Could you imagine, Zero? Holy shit. Gonna give me nightmares. Okay, so season 3 would come out. One thing I am interested in is new open world challenges. I wonder what that means. I'm also very interested in the warband updates too. That's kind of cool. Please don't donate. I'm actually like, no, I'm not trolling. I'm not fishing. Please do not donate. If you're gonna spend any money, please, like, I would like you to really get something in return. Please don't. Yo, Platt, how are you, buddy? I miss you, dude. I think last message I sent him was... Alright, this is gonna sound bad. You don't want to know what I do in my bed at night. Lance is over here thinking about WoW patches, and I'm over here thinking about Skyy. Buck naked. Yo, what just happened? What the fuck is going on? Yo, I sent him a message the other day about... It was like a YouTube short of a Native American Indian, like, doing this crazy thing, and I sent him a message because he's Native American, obviously. I was like, "Yo, is this you?" And I don't think he actually. I think he did. He said some crazy shit though. Yo, Platt's insane. So funny, bro. Yeah, that's pretty wild, Platt. You're kind of nuts. Most racist thing I've ever seen. No, that's crazy, bro.
You're a piece
dude,
of
come
shit,
on.
dude.
Go eat your oatmeal.
Oh, I'm
every
just
morning.
waiting. I messaged him 9 months
He
ago.
eats overnight oats every morning. Did you know that?
Okay.
Every morning.
Why do you know that?
Because, bro, I used to be on call with him every day. Skyy assumes we'll dance around the fire and smoke the piece. First of all, I don't assume you do that. And you've actually told me you do that. Unbelievable. I had those yesterday. Yo, overnight oats is good. But he does have it every morning. You gotta settle down. He goes, fuck. He goes, fuck, what's it? No, I can't make that joke. That's actually horrible to say. Anyways, moving on. New content system updates, 21st anniversary.
Okay.
They're gonna do 21st anniversary updates.
So
and
that's
then
November.
Story quest, new content, WoW housing, a bika baka buka.
Yeah,
baka
so... Yeah, I get it.
yeah, so very, very cool stuff. Additionally, I did want to dive into a couple more things. This is probably the main segment of today. And this was going to be on this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, something very, very interesting. Now, usually after an expansion or a major patch releases, yo, Valkyrie with the gifted 1 tier sub.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the tier 1. Yo, that's 6 out of 10 on the goal for today. If you guys want to show some love with the primes, whatever it may be. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Something very interesting. After a patch is released, typically the participation for all forms of content goes like this. It goes down week by week and slowly.
Well, it's because it's only natural that the most hype part of an expansion is at launch,
of course,
and it's gonna slowly dwindle down.
Very normal, right?
Yeah.
Something very interesting about the War Within, which we will go through in a second. If you look at season 1, you can see that it follows the trend of like going down, I guess for the most part. And there are a couple points where it goes up a little bit after some updates and stuff, whatever, and moving in. But it went really, really low in season 1. Now, if you go to right now for the War Within season 2, the player participation is a slight percentage below the actual launch of the season. It's only a slight percentage below. And then this last week, it actually increased in participation, which is absolutely insane. To put this into perspective, we're at almost 2 million active users in Mythic Plus participation for that week. And at the 3rd week, is that
for runs? Or
this is
that's
for
not,
all...
Okay, yeah, that's not individual players participating in Mythic Plus, though. That's
well,
runs.
yeah, this is just runs.
Got it.
But even, you have to understand, even at the launch of the expansion, there are significantly more players at the early launch of an expansion rather than a 0.1 patch or even a 0.2. You have to understand that. So, what?
Hey, real quick, how many weeks does it say that season 1 lasted?
1, 2, 3.
No, it says it at the top. How many weeks is that?
I don't know, dude. What is that?
What is that?
I'm gonna say a G word in a second if you don't stop. Stop it.
23.
I'd have Max say it for me on stream.
That's 23 weeks.
He can't. Okay. I get it. No. What do you want?
Well,
Cookie?
I was right, though, right?
Bro, whatever, bro. I don't care, bro.
Hey, just saying.
Didn't Lance say 26 earlier? Grandpa's crazy. I still don't like Mythic Plus no matter what changes they make. Yo, let me tell you something. Zero. If you're in a group of guildies and you're chilling in chat and you're all talking, it's actually a shitload of fun, by the way. I will say. It's a lot. I was running a Mythic, but I think the Warcraft logs are good. Trojan put me on that last week. I'm about to have to use that data, though. I've been using it to get better in Tune. I'm a big data nerd. Oh, yeah, dude. And it's awesome. So, something very interesting. Yes, the peak participation is not equivalent to the Season 1 launch, but just a few weeks later, it's already equivalent to Season 1, even though we had a slower start because we had less population. So if you scroll up, you go to Season 1, you go even 3 weeks later, we're at, what is that number? I can't really see. I think
I got no shot of seeing it.
1.8, I think it said. And then if you go here, we're at 1.8.
Yeah, that's great.
Just a couple weeks later, we're at the same amount at a 0.1 patch rather than the launch of an expansion.
There's a couple of reasons for that.
Okay.
I think one being, I think player retention in the War Within is pretty strong right now.
Yeah.
I think the game is in a pretty solid spot. But I also think it's because Mythic Plus is probably the easiest it's been since what was it? Season 3 of Dragonflight. That was really,
It was the
really easy.
Or were there 4 seasons? I don't know, 3. Or no, 4.
Yeah, there was a 4th season, but there was a faded.
For
season.
example, Dragonflight Season 2 started off really strong. Tons of players, right? It was at 2.5, just like the launch of an expansion, which is really high. But just a couple weeks later, look how dead it is. At equivalent to this point, it's at 1.4 participation. So we're up nearly, what is that?
Well, I don't think
like 30-ish%, 20, 28,
I don't think
29, 27.
Comparing War Within to Dragonflight's a good.
I know, but I'm just putting an example out there. It's Dragonflight Season 2 compared to War Within Season 2 participation. But you could also do the same thing. What was Dragonflight Season 1? What was the launch of the expansion like? So 3 million, 2, 2.6, and then it's probably about here, so it's 2.3. So the launch of there is really fucking high. So it actually is really, honestly, it's really healthy, I would say. Wow. Look at that, constantly going up and down, and then it obviously
Dragonflight had strong player retention as well, but I just think the expansion itself wasn't as hype.
Hey man, is there a website or a link of some kind that shows easiest to hardest dungeons for Season 2 Mythic Plus? Yeah, you just go, I would say, I'll find it. WoW Mythic Plus difficulty tier list. I'm sure you look this shit up. Mythic Dungeon tier list. Yeah, max roll. Yeah, go crazy, dude. Ad block, you wish. I'm gonna show everyone now. Get out of here. That's a good one. Go ahead, go crazy. Max roll is typically pretty good, and then they also have WoW head's decent as well. I would say the easiest are the Rookery, Dark Flame Cleft. Stay away from Priory, bro. Stay away. Oh, you still can. Yeah, my pleasure, buddy. So yeah, it's very interesting stats as of right now. It is very, 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 very high.
Yeah.
For being in a second season of expansion. By the way, you have to understand also, coming off, technically, a historically bad season, going into this, that technically means that player frustration and negativity is very high.
Yeah.
I was very frustrated with Mythic Plus. I made multiple videos being pissed off about it, talking about things they can change and update. So going to the new season, I was not hopeful at all. But even though I was not hopeful, they've made me actually really enjoy Mythic Plus. Anthony G, what's up, baby? How we doing? Hope you're doing good.
Well, I'll tell you what they did, right? And it's pretty clear is they made it easier.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's easier to get your gilded crest. It's easier. Like, even 10s are easier than they were to do. And turns out, when you make things a little bit easier, people are going to participate a little bit more, right? Because it feels pretty freaking shitty when you go into a Mythic Plus, waste 45 minutes, and someone leaves and you get nothing out of it.
God.
So,
What a nightmare.
you know, that's what it is. Like, that's why it works.
What a freaking nightmare. Check out the spec popularity. Does that surprise you at all? Ret Paladin being number 1?
Well, no, Red Paladin being number 1 definitely does not. Vengeance being that high does, just because it's a tank. Wow.
Well, you have to understand if typically if one tank is meta, that means it's always played at the top. So technically,
Okay, so
it would be
Discipline
actually
Priest
very
is so
easy.
good.
Well, yeah, they're just by far the best in the game.
Okay, that's why Shadows.
Where's Brewmaster? Look, dead last.
No, Augmentation's dead last, so.
Oh, down here. All right, well. Yo, I gotta play AUG. 0.1% of players play AUG. Insane. Koozie. Yo, we gotta get the AUG dream going.
Oh, Dasher, what's up, buddy? Where the hell you been?
Dasher. I love having Dasher in the freaking pods. Let's go, dude. How we doing, bud? Arcane Mage stuff. Yeah, but
Where's Shadow at?
Shadow Priest.
Wow.
I would say
Below Fury?
I
Holy
guess so.
shit.
Damn, it's higher than me and Dev. Damn.
Yeah, because at least they still bring PI.
Man, people really be spamming Destruction Warlock, huh?
I wouldn't call that
Okay.
spamming, bro.
Yeah, but I meant for a Warlock spec in general. Alright, man, settle down. Frost Mage? Is that high? Really?
Dude, since those buffs, it's actually good.
Bear Druid's getting no rep. Yeah. Yikes.
Wow.
Brewmaster's crazy. I didn't know Arcane was that low. That's ridiculous. Look at Rep Pally. 8%. Oh my god.
Well,
8%
I would
pick
say-
rate on a spec, not a class, a spec.
yeah, well, Ret is the most, it's the
Oh
most played
my
spec in the game, right?
God.
Besides maybe Beast Mastery.
Holy shit.
I mean, Ret has so much going for it. It's
What do you mean? It's
thematically.
okay, Ret is built for Mythic Plus. Its entire kit is built for Mythic Plus.
Well, I don't even think it's just that, though. Like, I don't even think it's because it's good or bad. I think Ret is always going to be one of the most popular specs because of what Ret is.
Okay.
Like, when people think of it,
I love Ret. The theme
Yeah,
of Ret
one,
is...
it's one of the, let's be real, it's one of the easier specs to play in the game. I don't like Paladin, but bro, it's a fucking spectacle to watch. The animations on Ret are maybe the best in the game.
They're close, I would say.
If not, like, they're up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, it's kind of like foolproof. You have so
Never
much shit.
trust the hunters insane.
100%, by the way. I literally stopped playing Hunter because of that.
Yeah, by the way, I don't bring hunters, Aaron. I'm gonna be honest, because they're usually super wishy-washy. I don't bring hunters.
With that being said, we actually have some hunters in our guild who
blast. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I know. But try to freaking pug up a hunter, bro. They can have insane rating. They're actually ass.
Another thing about Paladin players, I don't know what the fuck it is about players who play Paladin. Yo, they're so loyal to their class. Like, Ret Paladin players, the real ones, will play Ret when it's dog water, and they'll play that shit, and, well, they play it even more when it's good, and actually,
Do you
it shows.
understand that Paladin is 5%, 8%, so that's like about 13.5, and 1%. So they're roughly almost 15% of all Mythic Plus is just Paladin. Out of, I couldn't even tell you how many specs are in the game. What is it, like 34, 35,
Something like
33? 15% from 3 specs. That is absurd.
Yeah.
That is insane. Like, wow. Ret is
Dude,
or
BM
Paladin is...
I can't believe BM's up there.
What do you mean? One of the best range DPS in the game.
Yeah, I know, but it's just crazy. See that? I don't know.
I guess. I mean, we were definitely expecting it.
I guess they can bring lust, right?
Ret Pally Simulator. Look at his fucking keyboard. Just smash that shit. That's funny.
It's insane.
I've been playing as a main since BC. Wow. Man, BC Ret was fun, man. Heel twisting and stuff. Oh my god.
I was your main in
loved
Classic
it.
BC.
I loved it. It was so much fun. PM's an easy spec too, very. Only moving DPS in the game. Yeah, you can do your full rotation on the move.
Wow, I can't believe Havoc is that high up when Vengeance is the best tank.
Yeah, it is a surprise because the thing is Prot is also still meta. So they'll alternate.
Okay.
Obviously, you don't want Havoc and Vengeance. You're just overlapping 3%. There's no percent. There's no point in that. Oh, I guess low. I'm going to be honest. I thought Unholy was 10 times higher.
What? Wait, where's Marksman?
Down here.
I'm seeing Marksmanship's Hunter burst like 25 million.
Yeah, but the problem is on those stupid long duration fights, they're not holding that.
Okay.
Like, they hit hard, but...
Also, I thought Feral was good.
Shit, I thought Feral was good. I guess I was wrong. Man, when I was playing with Feral on the PTR, I was nuking the meters. No one was even close.
Weird.
Feral's fun, though. I like Feral. I think their tier set's really good. Their 4 set sucks.
I think the thing is, if BM and Marksman are ever close to each other, you might, like, there's no point to play Marksman. Like, you might as well play the easier class that has better movement. Like, why would you
We're
why
still
play
talking
Marksman if
about
you play
Marksman.
BM?
What about Survival? When's this shit gonna get reworked?
Survival needs to...
I've already said this. I've had so many conversations with Kuzi. Ready? Affliction, Outlaw, Arcane Mage, Survival need reworks.
Can't change Affliction.
What do you mean you can't change
What do
Affliction?
you mean? Like, what do you mean by rework? Like,
Just
it's gotta
make-
stay a dot spec.
No, stay that. They're not a dot spec anymore.
Okay, well,
What do you mean? And Brewmaster.
Brewmaster, yes.
Brewmaster needed
Survival, yes. Outlaw.
And you know what's funny?
Probably.
We were literally talking about this. Look, Brewmaster, Outlaw, Affliction, Arcane, Aug. All those we were talking about how they need to get a complete overhaul.
Yeah, and Survival. Yeah, it's all of them.
All of them.
Shit, honestly, Frost DK kind of too.
I like Frost. Frost is kind of fun. The non-Syndragosa build, anyway. I like Frost. I would play Frost.
Obliteration? Sure.
There's Obliteration, Shattering Ice builds, or whatever they're called.
I think
They're
Breath
fun.
of Syndragosa needs to get killed. They need to stop
Survive is
balancing
nuts
around.
in raid. That single target's crazy.
Yeah, but
I couldn't tell you.
being
I'm gonna
good
be
in
honest.
raid right now and being a greatly designed spec are two different things, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Affliction's doing insane in raid right now with the Hellcaller kit. But the problem is
because
their
a lot of-
design
Yeah, a lot
is
of the
so
fights are good for dot
fucking
specs.
boring.
Yeah.
It is so off, not good. I've always said I think Feral needs a rework. Like
Feral is probably the hardest DPS spec in the game.
Feral?
Yeah.
hardest? I don't know about hardest. It's hard. I would really need to think on that. Is Feral Druid the hardest spec to play in the game, DPS wise?
Victor, being good at DPS doesn't mean it's a greatly designed spec. There's a reason why survival is never played very much, unless it's literally the most broken spec in the game, like at the end of Shadowlands.
It used to always be the hardest. Yeah, Feral used to fucking be hard.
You said Feral, Plat comes in.
Outlaw Rogue is hard, yeah. I try so hard to make Outlaw work, and it's difficult. It is very hard.
Plat, my friend, let me tell you something right now.
Arcane Mage is hard as well.
Rotations are definitely harder than they were in any version of Classic.
Oh no. Feral's rough to play because the multi-source isn't very dependent on situation. Well, yeah, you're trying to always keep up your blood talents to get those big finishers right. You can't let your dots fall off at all. You have a lot of procs going on. You have windows where you should use Berserk or hold it. It's not just a big go. They don't, like, other than Convoke, obviously Convoke is great. They don't really have buttons where you press it and everything gets damaged hard. For example, like, you press Combust on Mage, you can be stupid and deal still an insane amount of damage. You press your cooldowns on an Unholy DK, you can pretty much, like, you can still be stupid and with Blood is Life deal a crazy amount of damage right now. Havoc, oh, absolutely, Havoc is the same way. Balanced Druid is insane right now, by the way, damage-wise. So there are a couple specs where you press a button and shit just dies. Arms Warrior and Fury Warrior are another one. Very interesting to see, though. Wow. Very interesting. Feral isn't hard. It's just a lot to look at and keep. Yeah, it's just a lot of spinning plates right now, which, by the way, I enjoy.
All of the rogues are all low.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Unholy. I can't believe it's that low.
Yeah, I mean, well, timeout. Wait, low to what extent? Low as in...
Wait. I thought it was going to be in the top 5.
This is also weeks 1 through 5. Is there a way to just check this week? I guess not.
Yeah, it's not. I guess so.
Yeah, balance is fun though. You would enjoy balance, Lance. I know you've been talking about trying that one. Just wait for MDI, Lance. Yeah, me and Kuzi were saying because I've seen an Unholy literally pop 25 to 30 million burst.
I want to do a Mythic Plus with an Unholy and a Vengeance Demon Hunter, and I want to give them PI, and I want to see.
Oh, daddy.
We'll see what happens.
Big punch. Assassin is very easy for rogue specs. Yeah, Assassination's brain dead. I can't believe... I love Assass, man. I miss the old Assassination, but it is what it is. I miss Vendetta. I don't like Deathmark as an ability. It's such a cheap cop-out for a cooldown. Double your dots and double your poisons. Boring as shit. Yeah. I want Nuclear and Venoms with Vendetta. Ooh, it's fun. Unholy could pump 6 to 7 million deficit if they have a... They could pump a lot more than that. If I could pump that and I'm shit at Unholy, I've seen some good Unholy players. I saw this guy doing a 16.
Yeah.
He was doing it with Petco and a couple of those big, other Mythic Plus guys. He was doing so much goddamn damage with that Bloodbound Horror.
Oh, yeah.
It was hitting, and bro, they were dealing so much damage. The fight was still going on after like 2 minutes. I was like, yeah, this ain't...
Is it the team that had the Fury Warrior on it?
You mean Crit Cake? Crit Cake.
Is that who it is?
Yeah. He's like the best arms warrior for Mythic Plus. My barely geared Unholy pumps 15. Yeah, if you get those procs off Vampiric Strike, it's super RNG right now. That's just Unholy. That's how it is, which is, in my opinion, kind of fun. Because even though it's RNG, when it happens, you're freaking melting faces.
That's another spec I always
like
wanted to
Outlaw, it's super RNG, but you have a limit on how high you can go. Unholy does not have a limit. It does not have a ceiling. It can keep going.
Well, it's not
Same with Devastation.
It's no target cap, right?
On some of its abilities, like Epidemic, not target cap. And Blood is Life, which is the hardest hitting ability, is not.
Yeah.
So it's fine. And then also that Abomination Lib is not target capped either. I think it goes, I think it pulls by 8s. So you could just go 8, and then it'll take the furthest targets and keep pulling them in. So they're stuck there. So it's really fun. Really fun, man. No limit on Unholy, but no target cap on the hardest hitting abilities. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Very fun though. Very fun. Really cool. Really cool stuff here. But once again, when it comes to the Mythic Plus and participation, everything like that, this season, as of right now, is looking like a record-breaking season in terms of percentage drop-off to gain ratio. If that's what if we're just talking about percentage-wise, not raw numbers, because it's very hard to do raw numbers. If we're talking about just percentage drop-off, increase, decrease, as of right now, it's one of the best of all time. I think it's top 2 or 3 right now. I think Belluar touched a little bit on it. I'd have to check, but...
You know what I'm wondering? If you're Blizzard and you're trying to keep the game as hype as you can for as long as you can, do you want to wait until August to announce Midnight or to talk about it? Yeah, I guess you have enough juice in the tank for this expansion still,
Sure.
right? There's enough juice.
Absolutely. I'll take the bear swipe. Holy shit.
May, June, July. Yeah, it's only 4 months away. That's actually not...
Man.
Oh, we're going to have a Midnight reveal in about 4 months. That's kind of crazy to think about, right?
It's fucking nuts. What do you mean?
I mean, that's right there. 4 months is
4
nothing.
months is not long.
It's nothing.
You realize 4 months ago I came back from my sickness? You realize that was January. We're in April, buddy.
Yeah, both. Yes, I guess same.
Isn't that fucking insane to think
Yeah,
about?
it feels like it was yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
Oh, 4 months is not long. In a couple months, we're gonna be getting a new patch.
Oh, we get Superman in 3 months.
Yeah.
Wow. What a great year so far.
Yes, here's gonna pump. 4 months of summer and heat. Yeah, that shit's gonna be ass. I'll stick to bear. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Yeah, no. I'm good on bear tank, man. That shit is super stale to me, in my opinion. You just literally pop iron.
Yeah,
iron,
but hold on.
Iron,
Say it.
iron fur, frenzy, regen on cooldown.
That's 'cause
Well,
you
wait
have
a
a
second.
favorite version of bear. That's why.
I do, but let me tell you something. You want to talk about a freaking tank, like a total unit? Bear tank, they take fucking no damage. They're so easy to heal. Oh my god. Super fun to play with if you're a healer. I was on my Holy Pally, first key I ever done on Holy Pally. I had a bear tank. This guy was pulling the entire room. I didn't even know what I was doing, and he was like doing like 2 mil
I think
healing per second.
our tank is leveling a Vengeance Demon Hunter, I heard. Max?
Max?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's leveling one, yeah.
Max, are you level 80
He was thinking about running that as his main. Like, he's talking right now. His prot is good enough to progress through raid, but I think moving forward, he's gonna try to gear his vengeance, I believe.
He should pick every season 2 tanks and keep
I don't know.
them
I'm
geared.
not sure. I tried bear and gave up on being forced into the lunar beam. Yeah, I don't like that spec. What was it? Lunar Guardian, lunar. Oh god, that's gonna kill me. Max, play one damn character, dude. Yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is. He's his own man. He can do his own thing. I don't know.
We get housing so soon. Yeah, I mean, by the end of the year, within the next 8 months, we should have housing, right?
Literally fully released, yeah.
And we're gonna have a Legion remix.
Well, at the latest 8 months. That's saying it's out in December.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at the roadmap... Oh, wait. Shit.
Back to the roadmap, guys.
I think I exited out.
Never mind, he exited out.
Wow, 2020.
But yeah, I mean, there's so much good stuff coming. It's hard to keep up with, and I think for the normal people, who knows? I don't know how you keep up if you're not always on this shit. Just on what's going on. There's so much news all the time. But yeah, the 22nd should be 11.1.5. That's it, Mark.
There it is. But yeah. Housing is sometime in the winter, which can mean what?
Anywhere from
November, December, January?
I think winter technically starts in December.
Is that true? I don't know. Hey, nothing wrong with having lots of alts. Listen, yo, Ray. The amount of alts I have right now is unhealthy. It's so unhealthy. I've never had so many alts in WoW, ever. Brother plays more characters and I release videos a month. That's insane. December 21st is winter. Is that true?
I mean, I don't know the exact day now.
Is that true?
Herc,
Wow.
let me know dates actually, because my wife has season passes for us that we could probably make that happen. Hit me up on Discord.
Holy shit, the 21st is the first day of winter. Damn, that kind of sucks. I didn't know that. Anyways, either way though, we'll be getting that at the end of the year. Expansion reveal at the end of summer. That is not
August.
far away,
August.
bro.
Here, look up the dates for Gamescom. Isn't Gamescom in Germany, Kuzi?
August, yeah.
Yeah, it's in Germany, right?
I do.
I don't know. I think it is.
Interesting.
Kuzi, if we come to Germany for Gamescom, you got us with a place to stay.
Yo, I will crash with Kuzi all day, every day. Is he in Germany? I don't know if he is. Is he?
I don't know.
Kuzi, where are you based out
I know
of?
he's German. Imagine he's
love
not.
Kuzi, bro. I love so much, dude. He's so funny, bro. His edits are insane.
Oh, it's in. I don't even know where
Yeah, I
in
don't
Germany
know
it
where
is,
the fuck
bro. I
that
didn't know it
is.
was in Cologne.
I want to go to Disney World. Yeah, Lance's wife loves Disney World, dude. I gotta go with Star one of these days. I want to take a trip. Actually get to go, because last time we were there I couldn't do anything. But
Well, maybe we'll go in June and meet Herc.
very interesting stuff here. Let's go back to I think we can go back to full screen.
Oh, actually, there's one more thing.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess we can go through this. Valk won't take you. Oh God, Valk. Take your lady, man.
I want to go to
What?
Disney. I want to go to Disneyland. Take me to Disney.
You know what I mean? Also, guys, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to vote for your favorite War Within dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Winners will be included in the next season Mythic Plus pool. Now, you guys got to let me know what dungeon you're voting for. Lance, which one are you voting for so far? As your favorite dungeon to have in the
Yeah, the
Mythic
thing
Plus
is,
pool.
no one's fucking voting for their favorite dungeon. They're voting for their favorite item. That's why
Hell yeah.
Arakara is getting picked.
Arakara City Echoes.
Everyone
that's the one
wants
I
the
want.
fucking Sakura.
No, but I love that. No. Time out. I love that dungeon. That dungeon is a lot of fun.
But it's not the best dungeon.
In what sense?
In the most fun to run, it's not.
I find it a lot of fun.
No.
I think that was my most ran dungeon last season.
My favorite dungeon in the whole expansion is Rookery.
You're just like Rookery because it's short as shit.
But I like the boss.
Alright, man, whatever, bro. Just include all the trinket dungeons. I'm all
Or
for it.
Cinderbrew. I like Cinderbrew a lot, even though it's kind of hard.
Cinderbrew's kind of cool. Cinderbrew's kind of cool. It's alright. There's a lot of annoying mobs in Cinderbrew. Like, there's a lot of annoying mobs.
That's true.
I like Cleft because it makes Skyy sweat. Yo, Cleft is stressful, bro. Sometimes, I swear. People mess up mechanics. It's rough. Floodgate, Rook, Darkflame, Cleft, Dawnbreaker. Yeah, a lot of people like Dawnbreaker, by the way. I'm not sure why.
Thematically, you're in Hellfall, so it's badass. I mean,
Personally, I can't stand Dawnbreaker.
actually, no. The coolest dungeon is actually Priory.
So
just
personally,
too
for
hard.
me, I go Arakara, right?
For you. You
Hello?
already voted, probably. Or you're not logged in.
Oh, not on this. Fuck. Impossible. Shit. Damn, someone's gonna have to let me know the votes so far. I checked that 900 votes. Now it's 15,000. Jesus. Yo, chat, if you guys want to go vote, here's the link right here. Here's the links.
Yeah, Priory's badass. It's just, fuck, it's annoying to run, huh?
Priory is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but I like all the boss fights.
I like all the boss fights too.
Some of those mobs are...
Toxic, bro. I can't stand some of those mobs, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It is honestly, it feels harder than Stone Vault. Stone Vault was hard, man. God,
Bro,
the
I
mobs in
hated
there.
Stone Vault.
I hated Stone Vault. God, I love Priory, but the mobs are so annoying.
Yeah.
They're so annoying. I gotta look up guides on how to run it like properly. It's a tank dungeon. That's what Kuzi was saying. He's like, if you don't do shit right as a tank, you're gonna get clapped.
Hear that, Max?
Yeah, Max.
Get your shit together, man.
Watch your guides, you bastard. Anyways. Yo, chat, check out my Night Elf.
Oh, look.
Night Elf Rogue. Oh, yeah. Lance, show off your cool little thing.
Guys,
Wait, I think I can go Lance on the full cam.
I had something custom made for me, as you all know. This
On
is not
camera.
good. This is terrible.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, well. Guys, as you know, I'm a shadow priest through and through, so I had this custom made
Guys,
by a
it's,
very talented individual.
it's fucking Xalatath.
It's the black blade of the Empire herself. And sometimes I sneak into Skyy's house while it sits here. I get buck naked and I hold this thing up
Oh, God.
and I whisper sweet nothings to it.
Oh, God.
She's a beaut. What can I say? She's a beaut. Look at this thing.
That's pretty gnarly. You guys gotta admit, the Xalatath dagger's pretty tight. Come on. Let me get some hypes in the
pretty
chat.
Freaking sick. Okay? This is because Legion Shadow Priest was my favorite version of the spec ever, so I had to show some love. You know?
Pretty gnarly. Pretty
That's
gnarly.
it.
I crawl into Skyy's spot in bed after he wakes up just so I can feel the warmth. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys later. It was fun. I think it's time for me to hang out like a baby. Bada bing, bada boom. Ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna wrap up today's episode, but we do have a pretty big announcement. Starting next week, we're planning on completely overhauling and revising the show into something you've literally never seen before. We're talking absolutely insane levels of production here. We're investing some time, some money, and we're going to be making dedicated segments every single week. We have about 7 to 10 segments we're going to be going through every week, and they're going to be intense. They're going to be a lot of fun. It's a lot more structured, a lot more like formatted content. There's debates, there's discussions, it's going to be absolutely insane. Maybe a guest appearance from a guildie. That's interesting. But it's going to be freaking so awesome. We're going to make this thing an actual show.
Yeah, it's not going to be a podcast anymore. It's going to be a real web show.
Yeah, it's not going to be a podcast. We're transitioning completely into a complete episode-based show where it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. And then we're also, I believe we're going to do this. I still feel pretty confident. We're going to make another channel completely dedicated to this show. And we're going to be posting the entire, hour and a half, 2-hour show on there, as well as clips from the show every single day. So you guys can have fun during the week watching some 8, 10, 12-minute tidbits of the show.
Yep.
It's going to take a little bit of work, but I'm excited. I do think this is the move moving forward. Don't get me wrong. I love pure live streaming, but if we want to really expand the show, bring more people's eyes on it, you got to do the work. We got to get out there and we got to push it.
I think Skyy said to me, it's so crazy. He called me and he goes, Lance, I'm sick of doing the same shit that everyone else does.
Yeah.
I want to be better. I want to do better. And I want to provide the people with content when they see it. They're like, holy shit, that's awesome. So no longer is it just going to be us. And we want to do one last one of us just kind of logging in, goofing off, shooting the shit with you all.
Yeah.
Because it's cool. We like doing that. But we don't think it's fair to you guys. Like, we're asking you guys to show up to a podcast where we have a couple of things that we talk about, but it's not formatted, it's not structured. Yeah.
And we're gonna take this thing to the next level and do something that nobody has done before. And we're gonna make it to where, holy shit, it's Wednesday night. We got the show to watch. Like, we gotta get over there. Like, this is gonna be insane. That's the goal. Like, we want you to be so hyped. Don't get me wrong, I love you guys, hyping up the podcast in the chat, but I want this to be an episode thing, and I want it to be like, I gotta get there. Wednesday night, I'm there. I'm gonna get through the middle of the week. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get to Wednesday night. And that's gonna help me finish off strong Thursday, Friday. I got my clips to watch, and it's gonna be a fun freaking time, dude. I am very, very hyped. Obviously, it's not about money because, going on a new channel takes a long time to get monetized and prep and a lot of work for me to do on the back end, but I do think it's worth it in the long run, and I do think in the next 6 to 8 months from now, I'll be very happy I did it.
Yep.
I think we both will be.
I think so.
And this show format is going to be epic, man. I'm telling you guys now, dude. I'm telling you. Someone get ready to clip it. This show is going to be the #1 WoW show you could possibly watch. Everyone's going to be tuning in. It's going to be an experience you've never seen before. I'm telling you right now, you guys are going to freaking love it. It's going to be very, very hype. I want to thank you all so much for coming. Technically, the last episode of the Comeback City podcast.
Starting next week, we are the Comeback City web show.
Yeah, we are the World of Warcraft web show. Comeback City, whether it be, you know, classic or retail, whatever is really booming at the time, I guess, will primarily
It's a World
go
of
off.
Warcraft show.
But yeah, it is, exactly. It's
Whatever
gonna
we
be,
find more fun at the time.
It's going to be a World of Warcraft based show, and I promise you guys are going to be entertained. It's going to be way more interactive with the chat, way more like better entertainment raw value, and I promise you guys are going to love it, man. Anyways, I want to thank you all so much for hanging out. I appreciate the bits, the subs, the members, whatever that happened tonight. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate the love. My name's Skyy from the Comeback Kids,
This is Lance.
and we'll see you guys in the next one, man. Next week, big episode. Be there. Promise. It's